Yo, welcome to the last lesson. All right, so we're going to open up the file. So hit file. And here we can import the images, okay? So let's hit open. And we're going to hit our first image. Let's mark image sequence. We're going to hit open. Here we're going to tell it that we want 24 frames. Just 30, but I'm going to put in 24. All right, so we're going to tell it that we want to continue. Okay. So we have the images here. As you can see, we've opened the timeline. And if we move along, we're going to see that there are parts that, well, here, they kind of like jump because obviously we took away those images before. So here we're going to have to cut the white parts with the scissors, the transparent parts, sorry. And that would fix the jump in the image. So let's do that. What I do is I zoom in quite a lot. And here, well, we're going to make this bigger to work a little bit more comfortably. Here. So in 4, we're going to clip up to this one here. All right, now we're gonna grab this one and we're gonna delete it. It's gone forever from our lives. We can all be happier because of that. All right, here there was another bit. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, so here we're gonna zoom in. Okay, so here we're gonna cut. And we're gonna see where it ends. Here. Okay, let's cut this. If we select this, we're going to delete. So there we have our time lapse. All right. It's ready. Let's make sure this turns perfectly. And here we have to put in a jump. All right, so there we have our coins, okay? All right, so we can leave this here. And now what we could do is put in some effects, okay? Let's mark the video group and let's put in some effects. Let's modify the color a little bit. All right, so here's kind of a question of like whatever colors you like. There's no rules, really. Taste the rainbow, dude. All right, let's give it some saturation. We're going to change those levels a little bit. All right. The color balance. Okay, and now we're going to touch up a little bit our sequence, okay? In the first part, wait. This bit here, we're going to put it on top so that, okay, this is what I wanted to show you guys, okay? This here, we can obviously modify every effect as if they were layers, okay? This is something we're going to be able to make everything cover all of the layers because we want this effect, these 3 effects, to go on each of the layers, okay? But now what we're going to do is, for example, we're going to mark and we're going to put in an inverted. This invert, well, we can put it here and it's going to show up here. And we only want this invert to affect us in the moment in which the numbers on the machine move, okay? So when they move, we're going to make this smaller so that you can see it. Only when the machine's numbers move are we going to get that effect, okay? And now for the last part, we're going to look for another effect. Maybe, for example, let's see, photo filters. Okay, I like the way this one looks. It looks quite good. But I like it for like the whole thing, for the whole sequence. Remember that this too can also be modified in its opacity. See, like this. All right, so for this last piece, we're going to look for something else. Maybe, for example, some brightness. Brightness, well, we can use it to give more brightness to the end part with the coins, okay? Although I want it to be a bit more exaggerated. Or maybe it looks a bit too exaggerated. So maybe we're going to get rid of this one and we're going to look for another one. All right, so we're going to change the color balance so that we can change the image by quite a bit. Like this, for example. All right, so we're going to raise that. And we're only going to be able to see the part at the end, okay? All right, we can also posterize. So we're going to get like a curious effect with this, okay? Let's lower the opacity. Let's see how it would look with everything together. All right, good, like this. I like it. Let's leave it like this for now. I'm going to show you how to export this element, okay? So here we could obviously, as you can see, we could do many things, but we're going to leave this like this. I'm going to explain you how to export this. Okay, so we're going to go to File. And here you're going to save this for web, all right? So we're going to hit that, and let's wait for the whole module to load, and then I'll keep explaining. So before we do this, we're going to clip the image to give it more of a definite format. Oops, sorry. All right, we're going to grab this button here, and we're going to give it a format so that it's more of a square. So something like this. And now we're ready. All right, so once we've opened the visor, we're going to be able to see here that you can play with different parameters. For example, we can lower the number of colors, 128, for example. Okay, so the quality lowered quite a bit. So as this is a GIF, we want it to take up very little space. So you can go along touching different parameters here. And what I'm going to tell you is that you shouldn't touch this button here, because maybe the computer you have doesn't have any memory and you're going to freeze up Photoshop, okay? So this is at 64. I think that's good. We're going to leave all of this as is. And let's hit save. All right, and here we're going to choose the format. We're going to leave it an HTML image. And we're going to hit save. Okay. All right, so let's open the file. And there we would have our finished work. All right, here we can see that at the end, we're cutting off the part with the coins. So we're just going to make this cut in another way, so we could do it better. Around here, like this, okay. And we're going to do the same thing we just did. So file, save for web. Let's let the whole thing load. Okay, there we have the part that we want, because we've cut one of the most interesting parts of the GIF off. And yeah, as I said, here you can put it on 64, 128. Look at how each one differs, and the rest can be left as is. We're going to hit save. And there we go. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to save the images on top. So save, replace, and there we have it. Let's give it a look. So before we opened the HTML, and now we're going to open the image, okay? And let's give it a look, see how it looks. Now you can see those coins. And there we go. We're done. As you can see, you can do different things. The model was very easy to make, the materials too. And the process in itself is very easy. It's just objects. They don't have much stuff that complicate it. So, and the GIF making process doesn't have a lot to do with Cinema or Photoshop. We did it. So yeah, see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed it.